Former President Donald Trump asked if he could endorse then Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's rival Benny Gantz ahead of parliamentary elections in March 2020 as the relationship between the two leaders deteriorated, Jared Kushner details in his upcoming memoir. The Trump senior advisor and son-in-law writes in Breaking History that the 45th president's frustration with his one-time ally stemmed from a speech Netanyahu gave when the duo unveiled their Israeli-Palestinian peace plan in January 2020, according to an excerpt obtained by Axios. Kushner recounts that ahead of the White House ceremony, Trump told then Israeli ambassador to the U.S. Ron Dermer that Netanyahu's remarks should be brief and above the politics of the day. However, the Prime Minister proceeded to announce that Israel would annex Jewish settlements in both the West Bank and the Jordan River Valley. In both tone and substance the speech was way off the mark, Kushner reportedly writes. It contained nothing conciliatory toward the Palestinians. It was essentially a campaign speech for his domestic political audience, and it misrepresented our plan. Kushner adds that Netanyahu's remarks were doubly awkward for the White House, since he had promised Arab ambassadors in attendance that the peace plan would be balanced. I had walked them through the peace proposal and given them my word that Trump would present a dignified and balanced proposal, one that required compromises on both sides. But that certainly wasn't the deal Bibi was describing, Kushner wrote. According to the former first son-in-law, Trump was similarly taken aback by Netanyahu's tone. Bibi gave a campaign speech, "I feel dirty," Kushner quotes his father-in-law as saying to him following the remarks. At the same time, the 45th president was growing fond of Gantz, with whom he had met one day prior to the peace plan unveiling. Leading up to the Israeli election, Kushner recalls, Trump asked him whether he should take the unusual step of endorsing Gantz. Axios, citing a former senior White House official, reported that both Kushner and another top advisor, Avi Berkowitz, told Trump to not get involved in overseas politics and to see how the vote played out. Netanyahu remained in power after his Likud party scored the largest number of seats in the Knesset. The following June, however, he was removed from office after the parliament voted to form a new government made up of a coalition of opposition groups. Trump, who touted his strong relationship with Israel while in office, has since blasted Netanyahu over his decision to congratulate Joe Biden on winning the 2020 presidential election soon after the race was called. The first person that congratulated Biden was Bibi Netanyahu, "the man that I did more for than any other person I dealt with," Trump told Israeli journalist Barak Ravid, later adding, "Bibi could have stayed quiet. He has made a terrible mistake." "I liked Bibi. I still like Bibi. But I also like loyalty," Trump continued, claiming Netanyahu remained in power as long as he did due to the support of the American administration. The first person to congratulate Biden was Bibi. And not only did he congratulate him, he did it on tape. He was very early, earlier than most," the former president added. "I haven't spoken to him since. F. him." Kushner's Breaking History, a White House memoir is due out August 23.